Hello and welcome to Samadhi. Today is March 21st, 2018, and we are here with the Daily Word as promised. So go ahead, Michael.
Thank you. And thank you everyone for joining us on this great, beautiful day. And today is, of course, you already said Wednesday, March 21st, 2018. So let's take a deep breath. Let's take a deep, cleansing, purifying, centered breath. Let's allow ourselves to let go. Now the word for today is seed thoughts. Seed thoughts. I plant positive seed thoughts and create a fulfilling life. Seeds planted in fertile soil produce according to divine design. Seeds planted in fertile soil produce according to divine design. My thoughts are like seeds that I plant in the rich, fertile soil of my mind. As Charles Fillmore writes, quote, "Every idea is a seed and will bring forth according to its character, modified somewhat by the kind of mind soil in which it is planted. A thistle seed will always produce thistles, regardless of the character of the soil. A low ideal will likewise work out low conditions in a high type of mind." End quote. Profound. My intention is to plant positive seed thoughts and to nourish my mind for the highest results. I do this by spending time in the silence and renewing my spirit with positive energy. As I do, I more fully express my divine nature and create a complete and fulfilling life. The scripture for today is in Genesis chapter 26, verse 12. Isaac sowed seed in that land, and in the same year reaped 100-fold. And in the Message, it says, Isaac planted crops in that land and took in a huge harvest. God blessed him. So the reflection for today's word is seed thoughts. And that is a very important subject because as Samadhi, we would like to even bring a deeper clarity because we just focus on positive thoughts, but we don't focus on centered thoughts. Positive is beautiful, but centered thoughts is who you are. So when you more and more focus on remembering who and what you truly are, you won't focus on negative or positive. You'll focus more on that centered state of awareness, that state of presentness. And that's why we love what Samadhi has brought to us, because if we think it's all about positivity, we'll unconsciously judge negativity. And sometimes, even on our experiences, we call each other out on certain things, like, if I forget to breathe, or if I forget to say something, or if I forget to, if I forget that I am allowing my, subconscious old blueprints come out, Ali, brings me back to center, and likewise as well. So that's not a positive thought. That's not a positive reinforcement. That's like a negative reminder, so to speak, that, hey, you're acting like this, you're saying this, you're doing this. That's not positive words, but that is centered words that are speaking the truth of observation and then coming back to that centered space. So just in retrospect, remember, it's not all about positivity. It's about truth. It's about awareness. It's about observation. And if one doesn't have the ability to be self-observant, to observe the self, it's awesome when you have someone to assist with that self-observation. But of course, we do our own self-observations. But it's great to have that. And another thing that comes to mind is when we have friends and we tell our friends, you know what? Call me out on my things. Let me know, if I'm doing something or saying something. That's not positive reinforcement. That's what we call constructive criticism. But we need to face that in order to progress from that to our next level of consciousness unfoldment. So, any reflections, Alice? Because I think that's beautiful, because, it says that every idea is a seed and will bring forth according to its character, not according to the character. Modified somewhat by the kind of mind soil in which it is planted, meaning the environment. Meaning the environment that you're around is going to affect the character that you believe yourself to be. So if we can connect to our true character per se, which is, I am not the thoughts that I think, I am not the habits that I do, I am the consciousness choosing the thoughts, the mental reactions, and the character and the habits that build a character that I choose to believe I am. So when we can transform that, we transform our lives. Alice?
Yes. Well, you explained it all so well, Michael. All I can say is that from my behalf, I plant the positive seed thoughts, and sometimes what we might think is negative is really positive.
Yes.
And so I've learned to just say things like you feel them, like they are, and not afraid of the outcome. Yes. If you're going to share a positive seed, but to the other person it seems like it's negative, it's because they don't want to hear it.
It's perspective.
Right. And we don't want to tell people how to be, who to be, what to think, or how to say things. But when you are in a close relationship, either a parent, a daughter, a son, a partner, and you do see something that is, you just need to plant that little seed, and it can still be a positive seed, even if it doesn't seem like it at the moment. I just enjoy the life I'm living right now, and I will give positive seeds everywhere I go. Sometimes just smiling. I'll smile at someone, and that's a positive seed thought. It could leave them thinking something positive. So I like today's word, seed thoughts.
And in reality, because we've been really focusing on more material, more curriculum for this dynamic, is really there's no positive or negative. It's your perspective. Because coming from someone who lived a very negative life, there was a lot of things that were negative, but they're in other people's lives, but in my life they were positive. But when I transform my perspectives, my positive and negative realities transformed along with it. So a lot of the times a positive and negative is really a construct of belief. So take the time to really question yourself and question the thoughts, question the perspectives that you have, and realize that the perspectives are really limiting your experiences. And you can always transform that limitation to find the limitless, meaning non-judgmental, open space to allow things to unfold without judging them, without controlling them, because that's what judgment is. And that's another class in itself.
Yes.
So just take the time and realize that when you plant a seed, it's not up to you when that seed germinates. You trust, and that seed will germinate.
And my favorite part was where it says, I plant positive seed thoughts and create a fulfilling life. So whatever it is that you're planting, obviously, like it says, that's what's going to come up out of the ground. I'm not going to plant an apple tree and come up with an orange tree, but my life is fulfilling even if moments seem dark, or even if I go through trials and tribulation and some kind of grief. It's still fulfilling. It's still my life, and it's fulfilled to the best of my ability.
Yes. And why do you trust?
Just like the other words that we had. Guidance, patience, I trust and I know because God is with me.
Remember the class we had the other day? Why do we trust? We trust because a seed grows because we have evidence all around us.
Right, because
we
experience.
Have trees, we
I've
have
been in so many
flowers.
situations that I know that I'm always going to come out of them.
Yes. So the same laws, that cause those trees to grow, when you connect to that inner law, it supersedes all other laws. So connect to that inner law, that inner kingdom, that inner essence that you are. Thank you, everyone. Blessings. Namaste.